Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's D-ManThaGr8 here, and I'm back once again with another episode of the D-ManThaGr8 podcast. And so now I have a few different hot topics to talk about that I feel like talking about today, and I wanted to sort of address these things because I it could either go one way good or it could go a lot of way bad for me because I don't want to sit up here and press hard on certain topics because the thing is we got a lot of controversial topics to talk about today. Because in the first one, because it's always I will always try to start with basketball if I can, unless there's something way more pressing in the world to talk about. So the first things first is Tracy McGrady keep talking and he delusional, man. Like, bro, you are not Kobe Bryant. You are not Tim Duncan. Hell, you not even. I mean, you might be Vince, but you don't have the significance that Vince do. And it's like you're one of the greatest of all time for sure, but you weren't able to win at pretty much at all at that level. So you really can't be talking on these people that won multiple championships. You might could talk about a nigga that won one championship. Like you might could talk about Chauncey Billups or Rasheed Wallace maybe. Even though you might have been a better player than them for sure. But it's a shame that he keep talking and running his damn mouth about Kobe Bryant or Tim Duncan. Why do you think now you probably were good a talent as them, but you didn't do half the shit that both of them men did. And that in context, that is something that's like it's unfathomable for somebody with your talent level. But the thing is, and then that's the thing too, Stephen, they try to cape for you and say, oh, they give him shit for blowing the 3-1 lead to Detroit. But it's like, oh, they weren't supposed to win that series. They weren't supposed to be this and that. And it's like it don't fucking matter. If I won 3 games and I'm up 3-1, I'm supposed to win that series, period. If I was up, I was supposed to fucking win. And then as it obviously showed itself, the better team always wins the 7-game series, provided there's no injury. And then that's the thing too. And I don't want to get into the whole Kobe Tim Duncan thing because the Kobe Tim Duncan thing is really gonna piss me off. It does piss me off, honestly, because people continue to put Tim Duncan up there and try to rank him higher than Kobe fucking Bryant. When now the thing is, okay, Kobe blew a 3-1 lead once, and I'll give you guys that, right? But the thing is, motherfucker, he never lost as the number 1 seed to the fucking 8 seed. And not alone to a bottom feeding Minnesota, or he lost to Memphis when they first fucking came out. They was all of a sudden good after they fucked the Spurs up that year. And then Tim Duncan gets credit for being a second fiddle to a 22-year-old with a limited offensive bag at the time, Kawhi Leonard. He won the fucking finals MVP in 2014. Hell, he probably wouldn't even been the finals MVP in fucking 2013. He lost finals MVP to Tony Parker in 2007. And he was far and away the best player on this team that season. He was far and away the best player in 2005, just 2 years prior. So why did Tony Parker get the MVP of the finals in 2007? Huh? Does finals MVP not fucking matter when we count rings? Because then that changes a lot of shit then, doesn't it? Because then at that point, Kobe Bryant, who averaged 27, 30 a night in the finals in the early 2000s, outside of the year 2000, when he was just still breaking out as a fucking star, when they try to injure him on purpose, and they literally admitted to trying to injure him on purpose, and he got his revenge on Jalen Rose on that shit for later. But how am I supposed to sit up and act like Kobe Bryant, who was always the guy, always the alpha? The only time I wasn't the alpha is when I had a 7 foot, 365 pound monster standing next to me. And you supposed to sit up and tell me that a nigga that was supposed to be the best player on this team, that was by far the best player on this team for almost all of his runs. The only time that somebody on a team that he played on was better than him, really, was David Robinson, maybe in '99, but that was only because it was an experience difference. So you have the audacity to sit up and tell me about some motherfucking Tim Duncan over Kobe Bryant. Nigga that blew, never won back-to-back. Never won back-to-back. Lost two finals MVPs. He got 5 championships. He's a, 3-time finals MVP from 03, 05, 99? And then that's the thing. I won a more recent finals MVP than he has, and I'm dead. Kobe Bryant. I won 2 in a row. Hell, could have won 4 for real. But Shaq was going against Cupcake Big Ben at trying to act like he was that nigga. Oh, I averaged 45 and 15 versus Todd McCullough. Fuck out of here, nigga. Shaq, big fat ass, contradict himself so damn much. Like, didn't he said some stupid shit about coffee. And I was like, man, Shaq is, for a smart individual as Shaq is, he says a whole lot of stupid ass shit. Love Shaq, though. I fucks with you, Shaq, but you be saying some stupid ass shit. But hey, that's I guess it's the nature of people that talk out in public. So it's like, shit, I'm bound to say something stupid myself soon, one day. Something really stupid. And be like, damn, that was stupid. But either way, all in all, Tracy McGrady need to shut the fuck up talking about them niggas. Because them niggas got 5 championships. You have 0. You ain't made it out the first fucking round. You got to win a playoff series to talk, my guy. And then when you really was supposed to win one, you lost that bitch. And then when you was hurt on Houston, they made it further. And it's like, how every time you not around, the team do good. And then I remember they cut Steven Jackson in like 2013 and then put him on the roster. And it's like, he didn't even get he might have got 4 wins then, I guess. But it's like, did he even fucking play? Because I don't remember 1 fucking minute of him in the 2013 finals. So it's like, what are we talking about here? And he was washed by then, though. So I'm not gonna hold you for that one. But 07, like 07, 06, 05, 04, 03, 02, 01, all of that shit matters. Grant Hill was on the team in Orlando for a long time, man. He was hurt a lot, but he was there. By the time Tracy left, he was back hooping. Okay. And then that's the thing. Actually, speaking of that, I'm about to jump into some other shit. Yeah, Ty Lue said that fucking what is it? That he would have still traded for Paul George, knowing what Shea turned into. Get the fuck out of here, Ty. Love you, Ty. You helped bring a championship to Cleveland, and I always will appreciate that as a Cavaliers fan. I'm trying to angle my head here so I don't look like I'm talking out the side of my mouth like I'm looking at. But like, yeah, nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, are we really about to sit up and say, well, playoff P, pandemic P over what Shea? Honestly, this one last season for Shea alone is better than, well, of course, I mean, it's better than anything Kawhi has done. So it's like in hindsight, That's better than anything Say what Shay did is better. And then that's the thing, the nigga talking about that. It's like, nigga, you weren't even there when they traded for that nigga. Like, what? You were a second year pickup. You were a bench. You were the assistant. You just got lucky that Doc got fired, so you got your job in there, nigga. Like, if Doc Rivers wasn't a fucking sellout, what is it? He's a floor raiser, but he can't raise no motherfucking ceiling, though. That's what the floor raiser versus the ceiling raiser. The ceiling raiser can turn a middle team, a decent team, into a champion. That's what Monty Williams is, a ceiling raiser. Like, he raised the ceiling for Phoenix. Whereas when he was on the Hornets with Chris Paul, that was the only other success he ever had as a coach. But you look at him, he didn't raise Detroit's floor. He took Detroit straight to hell, honestly. And we just recovered from that. And then they got JB. JB is a floor raiser. And hopefully Kenny Atkinson can be a ceiling raiser for the Cavaliers. And actually, I might end up having some more Cavalier talk too, because I was like, shoot, I haven't really paid too much basketball attention. I've been kind of letting it fall by the wayside. Basketball, and that's the thing, basketball has a lot of toxic discourse. Actually, I get to shit on a few people too while I'm here. Jacob, the fucking Clipper, watch your fucking mouth talking to Kevin Durant, boy. Like, you're like you talking to it's like, oh, I don't know the YouTubers and all this. You don't even know the pantheon of basketball. You sit up and you dick ride old clips of a nigga that retired 25 plus years ago. Like, relax. And then you consistently, and then that's the thing. And I'm going to shit on somebody from wrestling too while I shit on Jacob the Clipper here, is because for some reason there's so many people, and it's like all you fucking do is complain about the fucking game, about what they do today. As oh, there's not this, they're not that. Oh, these guys aren't tough. And then you just sit and you shit on the greats of the game today. And it's like, dude, why are you even watching this fucking sport anymore? If you don't like any of the fucking players, and you could go play it in your little rec center and with your little homies and all of that, my guy. But it's like you're sitting up and you're talking shit about the legends of the game that are playing today, that if they left tomorrow, because if LeBron left tomorrow, the league would have some tough questions to answer. If Curry left tomorrow, if LeBron, Curry, KD left tomorrow, it'd be some scary shit going on right now. I mean, that's a fucking shame that we still have to get the league carried in ratings. Oh, people only want to watch this guy or that guy. Like, Wembanyama gets ratings because they dick rode him so fucking bad. And it's like, Wembanyama is good, but he's not that good yet. He's on the way and shit. He might be really, really fucking good this year with all the shit that I've seen about it. But I'm going to try to chill back on the cursing so much because I've been kind of ranting and raving and hooping and hollering the last couple minutes. But that was incredibly freaking stupid for all it. And then that's the thing. That's why I want to comment, because there's like a YouTuber that talks about wrestling. He's named JD from NY. And it's like, I love his content. He's very entertaining. I like when he rants and raves. Sometimes you need a little bit of negativity, but it's like, shit. He's the only person in his eyes allowed to criticize anything about professional wrestling. Like, if somebody comes out and says anything negative, when he is Mr. Negative, right? He's Mr. Negative. But if any of you come out and say, like, if I was to say something bad about wrestling right now, he'll be like, oh, that's fucking stupid. And you can't fucking do this. And all of this about wrestling. And he's always saying that what somebody else is saying is stupid, but all his feelings and ideas are validated through shitting on the product itself. So it's like, if everything sucks and then somebody comes along and then affirms, oh yeah, this shit kind of does suck, then you're shitting on them for saying it sucks. Then it's like, so nobody else but you is allowed to complain? The fuck kind of shit is that? So with all in all, I'm about to jump to the next topic because as you can see, the whole basketball discourse is toxic, is all shit. And hopefully And then that's the thing. I can't wait for the season to start because we can kind of get back to talking about the game. Because it's like now it's not about the game, and you got idiots on the internet like Jacob the Clipper. That's like, and then it's like all their debate topics get sort of ran in a real debate with somebody that really debates. And it's like, man, you just come out here and you shit on the game for engagement. And then that's the thing too. Those like that. This is what all of the people on the internet were talking about, is that there are bad actors out here in the NBA space. They come out and shit on the game for engagement. In football, there's nothing like that. Actually, as a matter of fact, because the thing is, I feel like the football community doesn't do or has as much crazy shit, and they have way worse skeletons in the closet than the NBA does. They got a lot fucking worse skeletons in the closet. There's players beating bitches. There's fucking I'm sorry, guys. There's players beating women. There's fucking murders, killers, and now the NBA got some juicy drama. And a lot of mugs end up going to jail, going to prison, low sports gambling type shit. I'm surprised there hasn't been more of that in football. Because you would expect the less intelligent to do that. And then the thing is, like I've said before, the football fan is the lowest common denominator. Mouth breathers and mouth droolers. As a matter of fact, let me stop shitting on football fans. But they some stupid motherfuckers, man. And I'm gonna just move to the next topic. That's a lot of controversy around it. So I'm gonna do a kind of a quick breakdown of the situation because there's a whole can of worms that's been opened with it, and I have to sort of prance and play it a little bit safe here so I can like explain it and then try not to give too heavy opinionated takes on it. But the Raja Jackson situation as a professional wrestling fan is very pressing. And as somebody who at one point wanted to be a professional wrestler or had the desire to do WWE style stuff before, it's a scary situation on a lot of fronts because it's like I can think of countless situations where somebody with a temperament, like I've been in situations where I could have had I shouldn't say where I could have had, because I probably wouldn't have tried to beat somebody to death over a slight. I might would have punched somebody in the face over a slight, but I wouldn't try to like slam them hard as I can and then punch them 22 times as hard as I can. So in this situation, the Sicko Stew guy comes and he sees that they're drinking in the parking lot, but he's already dangerous. If I'm a professional wrestler, I was like, even if these are my friends, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna wrestle tonight. I don't know about pre-gaming the whole show, getting drunk in the parking lot is really the best idea. But then Stu fucking cracks a can of beer over Raja Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son's head. And we know Rampage, because the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you. When I think of Rampage Jackson, I think of him power bombing people and in the ring, of course. When he fucking broke that door down on Tough Enough, or not Tough Enough, I've said wrestling, Ultimate Fighter. So when he broke down the door on Ultimate Fighter, because honestly, that was cool. It was super duper cool, but it was like a rage moment, right? I think that was fake anyway. But so Rampage Jackson, his son, that slam running his bloodline, man. But Raja, it is like you have somebody that is, and then that's the thing. He's as a fighter son, he's constantly trying to prove himself as well. Because a lot of people, that's kind of been lost upon a lot of people. Is he as a young man that's trying to prove himself? Oh, I'm trying to live up to my dad's legacy. I'm trying to do all of this stuff that he did, and I'm trying to prove, hey, I'm here because I'm me, not because I'm Rampage son. You know. So, which is kind of like a little double-edged sword. Because it's like, if you fighting in the ring, they're going to be like, hey, that's Rampage son. So people are going to come watch because it's Rampage son. And you can't control that. Then, too, like you stream on Kick and it's like, oh, why would somebody watch this guy? He's not this or that. Oh, he Rampage Jackson's son. Oh, then maybe I'll take a look at it because Rampage is one of the greatest UFC fighters, greatest MMA fighters ever. And people love him around the world for that reason. So with Raja doing what he did, and then that's the thing too. I want to say I don't condone any threatening of people online because Rampage. Actually, speaking of that, Rampage just pressed some dude on Kick about because he's been getting threats to his family and threats to his family. People really have to stop doing this whole threatening to kill people stuff over certain things because it's like there's certain situations where people take stuff too far, and the thing is and then that's the thing, that's Rampage Jackson. If you really if you try to put your hands on that motherfucker and watch what happened to you, one, and then you're telling me that you're so offended because of some shit you seen on the internet, you about to go and try to kill somebody over that you I gotta go in DMs and, oh, you piece of shit, and you like, are you a Neanderthal? Like, really get a fucking grip, buddy. Get a fucking grip. Like, that shit is stupid. Because I was like remember one time in the finals, Danny Green had missed a shot. And then people were upset, but they sent him death threats. They sent Russell Westbrook death threats because he sucked on the Lakers. So it's like just a lot of stupid. Now those are definitely complete different circumstances versus somebody beating somebody damn near to coma territory. So, but he let them back to Raja, but he let them people egg him on and shit. And, oh, you ain't going, you a fake crash out, you a itch, and all of this and all of that, right? And it's like, you about to really sit up and let some people on the internet that wouldn't say that shit to your face tell you, nigga, to do some shit that's gonna ruin your life, that got your dad and family death threats. Like, that was a Neanderthal behavior. Then you talking about a receipt, the motherfucker just cracked the can over your head. All you had to do was punch that motherfucker one good time. You'd have to body slam him, knock him, because he knocked him out on the body slam, I feel like. And then you punched him 22 times hard as you could, and because they told you, oh, just take him down and keep punching him until somebody pulls you off. And then it's like, and then that's the thing, why are you in the zone that far if he's in the zone or whatever? Because somebody said MMA fighters get in the zone and start doing stuff, but it's like, if you're in the zone, why are you in the zone when you have a planned spot where you're going to take somebody down and hit them? And then it's like, you couldn't lightened up some on them fucking punches, man. And if he's already out, you're telling me you have to just rock his shit over and over and over and over on a receipt off of a beer can to the head that you even said didn't hurt. You was just being an ass about it. And then you didn't accept the apology to the motherfucker until, and that would have been a red flag for me if I was the other guy. That you didn't accept the apology till, hey, we'll let you hit him back on the show later, so you don't fight this guy in the parking lot. He probably should have just beat his ass then, because all the legal and all of that shit, hey, you cracked the beer over a motherfucker head. Then he got a concussion and all that shit already. So that would have been decent. But now we have to sit up here and listen to people say attempted murder and all of that and all of that. But the thing is, though, is like, after I watched a couple of different videos, they talked about he might get like a little mayhem for bodily harm, or what is it, battery or something like that, for a few years in the pen. But I doubt he'll probably go to jail for that. And then the whole Knox Pro being a little bit shady with all of the practices and different things is a little bit concerning as well. I don't necessarily want to go too far in that because I don't want to be into the whole police and all of that stuff, because that's a dark turn, I guess, in this whole situation. But the thing is, the whole thing is pretty fucking dark. And then I was like, honestly, that mug, he got a lot of pent up in him. And I was like, shit, you would think a motherfucker fight would be able to release that energy, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm gonna head to another topic. I'm gonna get into more professional wrestling. So I feel like, and then that's the thing. Actually, before I leave that, it's because it's all professional wrestling here, pretty much till the end here. I'm 25 minutes in, so we'll be about a little bit more professional wrestling in the last few minutes of this. So with the Raja shit, it's a little bit concerning. And then that's the thing, if you were going to go try to become a professional wrestler, and then that was school under WWID program at the time. So I feel like I would be very concerned. It's like, hey, if celebrity son come in here, we try to get some clout, this motherfucker, or any nigga that come along that has a decent amount of clout, if they tell that dude come in here, they could have him damn near beat you to death, and nobody knows how to help anybody. Like he didn't you this motherfucker trying to continue the match, or this and this and that. And then like the referee's ineptability would be so super duper concerning to me. The fact that nobody did anything for 22 punches. And it took the guy with the dreads, to come in and wrestle the nigga so people actually knew what was up, was insane to me. And it's like, it's a shame it really took that long to try to stop that. Because if you see somebody that is down for the count, honestly, like, just because it's like, and then I could see if he was like shocked. Oh shit, what's going on? What the fuck is this guy doing? Right? Maybe. But it's like, I don't understand why. Like, because it's like, if somebody is getting pummeled to that extent and nobody was like, and they didn't fucking pull him off. Like even in like a street fight in the street where somebody fighting, you about to let a motherfucker get into mount and fucking punch them 22 times, and nobody did anything when he is out off the slam. The slam most of the time is when people will pull somebody off. Like even in the fight videos on the internet, you'll see somebody, they'll knock somebody out, they'll fall, and they'll get to doing the gang signs with their fingers on the ground, having a seizure or whatever. And then the motherfucker just whoop their ass, might come in, might sucker punch him or kick him in the head one last time. And it's like, shit, that's already brutal enough and already potential death in and of itself. So I couldn't imagine getting punched and pummeled 22 times after I got knocked out off of getting body slammed. And like, that was so incredibly dangerous. And I am saying shame on every single one of them. Shame on the people behind the scenes that allowed that shit. Shame on the people around the performers that didn't stop it, that didn't jump in to stop it. Shame on the white dude that was running, trying to chase the motherfucker down the street. Like, don't try to chase that man down the street. You could have got seriously fucked up. Like, you might could have held him off for a couple seconds longer than Stu did, but I don't know if Stu knew what Stu knew. What did Stu know? That's really what's important. And then how much do he want? That's what's important now. And him, since they said he's woken up as of today, so hopefully everything is fine as far as that goes. And then the payday, if his teeth are gone like they say it is, he could get some nice, pretty new veneers, and he'll be Psycho Stu, but he'll be like what is it? Horse teeth Psycho Stu. But yeah, he could be that. Whatever. And then I want to say shout out to WWE, man. That them WWE be going, they be getting a motherfucker views, man. Like basketball don't get me the views WWE get. I love it. It's amazing. I heart WWE, heart AEW for that. I might try to see what AEW can get me, but WWE's done me pretty good so far, so I appreciate them. And then actually speaking of that, Dave fucking Meltzer, man. He released the star ratings for Forbidden Door today, which I didn't think he did that great a job on this one. I think he gassed it up a little bit too far. And then the women's matches were quite a bit low ranked, because I thought they were definitely way better than a few of men matches that got 4.5 stars or 4 stars as well. So, and then, but really what I want to talk about Dave Meltzer for, it's not about the star ratings. That's subjective. That's something that somebody can think of in their mind and just put a number on, right? is I want to talk about, because the thing is they were talking about the NXT ratings and the demographics that watch NXT, because he was kind of shitting on NXT because he was like, oh, a bunch of young men watch NXT because this and this and that. And I'm gonna tell you what his implication was here. And the thing is, the truth of the matter is you're right. I mean, he's right about what he's talking about in a way. But the thing, and that's the thing, but the thing is, he's wrong about a lot too, because NXT, Shawn Michaels has booked that fucking show great. NXT is probably the best booking of the entire WWE and over AEW by a dramatic amount. As a matter of fact, as one of my favorite wrestlers this year, Stephanie Vaquer, has done damn near nothing on the main roster besides win a battle royal to be the number one contender. Because all she did was win that battle royal at Evolution. That's literally all she has done on the main roster. And I guess she had a match at Worlds Collide with an NXT girl with Lola Vice. And I'm about to get more on Lola Vice real soon here, right? So she's gonna come up in the conversation a good amount too here. Well, it's not necessarily her specifically, I should say. But so, and then that's the thing too. I'm about to really jump into that. I'm about to really deep dive and stab a big knife into this bitch. We about to see that's kind of a crazy statement. But but you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's a frame of reference. I'm cutting the cake, right? So, and that could be seen as a pun on another end too. But that we about to go into this shit, right? So he keeps talking shit. NXT better book did, because I was like, Stephanie Vaquero so much better book in NXT than she is on the fucking main roster. Shit, the main roster booking really is questionable. And if you're not a main guy, like I'm talking Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes don't even get stories like that. He started to get a story towards the end of his title run with Kevin Owens. That was the fight with Kevin Owens, and then I guess kind of the John Cena shit, because they had kind of stories. Oh, this story kind of lasted a couple weeks. Oh, we're gonna fight for the belt, so we're gonna argue back and forth on TV for 2 weeks. We might get a little physical, and then we fight at the pay-per-view, and then we never talk about it again outside of I might insult you on my next promo. All right, so I'm gonna drink my shit because I'm kind of getting a scratchy throat here. Allergy season is kicking my tail this year. So Dave Meltzer, you bitch. I'm sorry, Dave. But Dave Meltzer is a dummy for that one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because and then AEW's booking is very questionable as well. Like they just booked Athena and Tony Storm. They sort of hot shotted a feud with those two for 6 weeks. And then, oh, I'm cashing in my number one contender match, but you were the only contender in the first place that was anywhere sniffing around the title. So why did I have to cash in my what is it, All In Casino Gauntlet title match, right? And then the thing is that with the story with MJF and Hangman, the story was, oh, MJF, I'm gonna make you cash it in, or I'm gonna trick you into cashing in. So MJF conceded and then tricked him. But then MJF did something dastardly evil to get his title contract reinstated and deny using it for a little bit further down the line to say, oh, well, we're going to do something to Mark Briscoe here with Ricochet and those boys to take it a little bit further. And then that's the thing, right? Is it's a shame that it took the Hurt Syndicate losing the titles to actually get in a proper story. Hopefully this story actually goes somewhere, because I would hate to see that the Hurt Syndicate and all of that shit that they talk about them on the internet was actually real. Because it's like, if you don't want to put anybody over, and then you're talking about, oh, we want to put over these guys who we've beaten already. That doesn't. And then that was the thing. Ricochet and them cut a pretty good promo on because I seen the Gates of Agony and Ricochet cut a really good promo on the Hurt Syndicate, and I was like, okay, I can see it. And Ricochet, I mean, his delivery isn't that great, period. But So you got to be, and then that's the thing. A lot of people they're such fucking dickheads with this wrestling shit, and it's like, man, just try to enjoy it. Like you're over here like, oh, this is the worst, and it's always complaining. But Dave Meltzer, them trying to act like, and it's like just because you're old and don't have desire for women like that no more. Because a lot of people like, and then that's the thing, like a lot of old head dudes that sit up and try to shit on NXT. I'm just thinking that you're old and then you don't have that much of a desire for women that much anymore, or you're old and married, so you're not really in the pool of horny watching like a lot of people do. People do nowadays. But the thing is, that can get somebody over because it's gotten the best stars in wrestling over. Is the fact that people are horny for them gets them over. And that just is how it works. Rhea Ripley started wearing them booty shorts and got over. People didn't fuck with Rhea Ripley like that till she started wearing them booty shorts. She started wearing them shorts. Then people started being a lot more open to everything she was talking about. That muscle mommy shit started popping off when she started wearing them booty shorts. The men and the women lost their damn mind when Rhea took them pants off. That's not what I want to. That's not that was a little bit extra, but is like it's a point to it. It's serious. This is real. This is what's happened. And then when you have people like Sol Ruka and Lola Vice, as I mentioned earlier, the Jada Parkers of the world, Kalani Jordan, and Fallon Henley, the whole Fatal Attraction, Jasmine Nix, and all the girls in NXT fresh out of college and shit that are fairly attractive that they're picking up. What do you expect? You got a lot of young men that young men want to watch stuff. There should be stuff for young men to watch. And then it's booked well because they booked them very good for people that just started in the business. And then you should be supporting them because you want them to do better. You want them to be better because the future of wrestling is better if they are better at wrestling. Because it's like, for me, in a lot of cases, I'm supporting the women in NXT because, hey, they're young women trying to get into the wrestling business and become all-time legends, all-time favorites of people, right? Because Sol Ruka gets a lot of attention because of her finisher. And it's like she might be attractive on the side too, but the thing is she's trying to become a really good performer. These women are working hard. These guys are 1-2 years in the business type shit, 3 years in the business. Like it's 2025. A lot of them jumped in 2022 type. So it's like, are we really going to sit up and then try to shit on the newbies coming in that are trying to improve the sport over what it is supposed to be? Because NXT, and then that's the thing, NXT is endearing. It's cute. It has a lot of what do they call it? Camp stuff almost. It's like a high school drama type, but it's legitimately better programming than every single other wrestling product on TV. And the backstage segments are good. They're endearing. It's heartwarming. And it's like all of that. Then you have people like, and then that's the thing too. Then you get the men that are on the show like Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Obafemi. What is his name? You got Miles Bourne. I'm not really a big Miles Bourne guy, but him and Brian Pillman been having a decent story. I've liked the story. I don't know if I've liked their in-ring work yet, but I've liked the story. But these guys, and then that's the thing, like if you look at how Carmelo Hayes has been booked since he came to the main roster, Carmelo Hayes was awesome on NXT. He was great on NXT. Same with Ilya. He's got injured, but I can't really blame Triple H for that one. But I'm going to put that to the side. Ilya on the side. You got Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, he's just starting to get shit now after he's joined Seth's faction with Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman now. He's starting to get the push that he was always going to get. But he's been pushed very highly since he started in the WWE 3 years ago. So it's like he's almost, 5 years in at most. So it's like a bunch of young people. And it's like if a bunch of young men want to watch NXT because they think the women there are hot, like a Nikita or who else is in there? I mentioned a lot of people so far. Let's see, who have I not mentioned? I mentioned the whole Fatal Attraction. I mentioned Lola. I mentioned Jada Parker and all of them. So yeah, then they got the Evolve people coming up. Then they got all that. So yeah, it's like if it's a bunch of young men, if they are young, if the young men are their best demographic because the women are attractive, then that's the right thing. And it's like shit, they do better views on national TV than AEW do. And it's like they want to say, oh, well, Max and all of that. If HBO Max is really pulling in that many viewers, I mean, it could be what it can be. But I haven't watched a single AEW on TV since they joined Max. So, but the thing is it's just the fact of the matter of the sort is wrestling, this the future of wrestling, no matter whether you like it or not. Because NXT talent is quite literally running the world right now of professional wrestling. Because all the greats, like all the new stars that have come in, because Hangman and Kenny might have already been in AEW, MJF might have already been in AEW, but the new talent that's coming in has been an NXT talent. Like Toni Storm, your biggest star in the female division by far, and it's not close, is a WWE talent from overseas that ran NXT UK for years and left as recently as 2021. Swerve Strickland was a WWE talent. He was an indie talent first, absolutely. But Swerve, and then Swerve needed to be presented correctly because AEW has succeeded in that. So it's like you took two people that probably would have been successful no matter what and made them successful, sure, more successful potentially than they could have been. But it's just a matter that the NXT talent is running the world, and these people are the future of professional wrestling. And the thing is, if the women being hot is what is going to keep people watching, it's the right fucking thing to do. Because it's like shit. And then honestly, shoot, because the AEW women bad too, but we're not about to sit up and then act like not about to sit up and act like, oh, but the thing is, if they only get 10 minutes, then shit, I'm supposed to really sit up and be like, oh, they're viewers because of this. And it's like AEW weekly, I mean, like it's not must-see TV. Same, Raw or SmackDown ain't must-see no more. So what are we about to sit up and talk about? You got to get viewers how you can get viewers, and NXT, unfortunately, has been the best booked show of all the wrestling shows. Because I might not get a blood feud between a lot of people anymore, but everybody has stuff to do. And that was what worked with Vince McMahon back in the day, is everybody had shit to do. You had Maven in the love relationship with Tori while Hulk Hogan and Triple H were fighting each other to decide who fights The Undertaker for the WWE Championship in 2002. It's like, come on, bro. It doesn't make no sense. Then Clash in Paris is this week too. Clash in Paris, I'm not necessarily the most excited for it. I'm more. Well, the thing is a show. I guess I might. Because the thing is, it's the John Cena retirement tour, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. Oh, by the way, John Cena Peacemaker is fire. That new season is looking very promising, and I was like, I'm hoping I could jump back into it and enjoy it like I enjoyed the first season of that show. So I don't really feel like talking too much more about wrestling, so I'm gonna jump into Micah Parsons trade one more time before I get out of here. So Micah Parsons, I'm happy he got traded off the Cowboys, because the Cowboys, I'm kind of sick of the Cowboy shit personally. Like, you get all these young guys and then you don't want to fucking pay them. And then it's like, oh, well, and then you're making them look bad because it looks like they're not playing ball when you guys are the ones not playing ball. And it's like, how many fucking times are we going to do this song and dance? When is the next young man going to come along and be really good for these Cowboys? And then they're going to be like, oh, I don't really want to pay you the max money. And then there's going to be a situation where, oh, I'm not accepting anything less than this. And then now you're trying to make me out to be a bad guy and all of this and all of that. Like, and I'm not. And it's like, I hope that the fucking Cowboys can get their shit together. Well, actually, no, I don't, because I want the Cowboys to eat shit forever. But, yeah, it's Jerry Jones and them need to get the fuck on the ball. If you wanna be successful like you were in the past, and then that's the thing too. Everybody, if the Cowboys were amazing, the NFL is better off. Just like how the Lakers being amazing is good for the NBA, just how the Knicks being good is amazing for the NBA. Just like Real Madrid and Manchester being good is good for soccer and football over there, you know. And so it's like, yeah, America's team. You need to be America's team again if you want to be. Well, the thing is, you got to do what you got to do, and it's like it's a damn shame that you got to fucking pussyfoot and beat around the bush and give people shit for nothing. Pay that man his money, but luckily they traded him away to the Packers now, and he got paid his money. And then I just seen on Bleach Report they say literally as soon as this episode started, as soon as I started recording, they said he retired his mom today from work. So it's like, and then that's the thing, you were holding that process and holding that man down when he was trying to do something for somebody, you know, and somebody who might have had a hard life before and has done a lot of work over her lifetime. So, but all in all, I'm gonna leave it there. I think it's a pretty successful episode of the D-ManThaGr8 podcast, and I'm gonna hit y'all with this catchphrase, and I will catch you guys later. Y'all shit.